Sisters, the Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountain, and after he had sat down, his disciples came to him. He began to teach them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they insult you and persecute you, and utter every kind of evil against you falsely because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Louis and Zélie Martin were 19th century citizens of France. Churches recognized them as a couple who were saints. What made them a saintly people is that they were people who weren't afraid to work. They raised a family. They knew how to play. And they were resolved to pray every day of their lives. They fit the description of what a saint is as Jesus proposes. They are poor in spirit. One of the ways of understanding being poor in spirit is that people acknowledge, I'm not super intelligent, and that's okay. People who are poor in spirit are people who are simple, ordinary people. And they recognize that's what they were. They were people who could weep. On occasion, someone tells me their story of an abusive childhood. And I start choking up, and my eyes start to moisten. And so did theirs, when they encountered a very dire situation. One of their other qualities is that they hungered and thirsted for righteousness, for life to be better, both for themselves and for their family, for people around them. I can easily identify with that. This yearning, I think that many of us have. We hope that things will work out better in the days and weeks and months and years to come. Raising 5 daughters, the example that they showed them is that whenever one or the other faced difficulties or get sick, they look out for each other. And they also cared for their children. And so their children saw Mom and Dad, look at, they're merciful, they're forgiving, and they strove to be just like them. There were people who were meek. And one of the ways of understanding being meek is we don't need to create a scene. We don't need to create drama. But we can live lives with recognizing that we're not any better than anybody else. And we strive to move on with our daily tasks and our daily lives. They're pure of heart. And one of the ways of understanding that is they were willing to be of service to people, they're willing to affirm people without expecting that those things would necessarily have to be returned back to them. It seems to me that to be a saint in the likeness of Louis and Zélie means that our starting point is that we're loved. We experience, we know, we're enchanted with the reality that we are a people who are loved in all kinds of ways. There are lots of people who don't start out their lives that way. There are children raised in environments which are terrible. And these kids don't know that they're loved. We live in a world where tempers flare and bullets fly. And whether it's domestic assault or random violence, either home or overseas, a child who is hit, a teenager who is shamed, an adult who is publicly criticized, will eventually throw back in the face of others what they themselves have experienced in life. A world of violence is not conducive to creating saints. But the Martins were people who knew that they were loved. And when we know that we're loved, we recognize that we are counted among the saints of God. And we realize we're in a position to help people who may not have been loved in their lives as they grow older, that they might be able to grasp what all that means. It may be a relationship that we establish. It may be a 12-step process that we support. It may be a retreat on which we serve. So that those who have not experienced, haven't been loved, might begin to grasp the starting point that enables us to become saints, with all of these qualities that Jesus describes and more besides. In the early church, the saints that were honored by the members of the church were martyrs. They were people who had terrible things done to them and who refused to ever pass on terrible things towards others. They allowed themselves to be loved by the Lord. And they united themselves in Eucharist as we do today, allowing the body of Jesus to transform their lives, the blood of Jesus to help them realize that they were forgiven, that they could be healed, that they were free. And as we allow ourselves to be joined with that same Jesus Christ, we can be recognized, and we can recognize ourselves as those people Jesus looks out upon a scene years ago, and he foresaw what we see today. Here are men and women who are poor in spirit. Here are folks who can grieve and mourn and show their feelings. Here in his following are those who are meek and those who pursue the efforts at being pure of heart.